If you worry about what other people think, soon enough, you will be on the sidelines of your life.
Welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show, where we'll be discussing leadership, business, human potential, inspiring you to live rich from the inside out. Unlock your creativity, stretch out of your comfort zone, break through your barriers, take inspired action, and achieve epic results. Now here's your host, three-time best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach, Debra Kasowski.
Hey there, everyone. It's Debra Kasowski here with another Millionaire Woman Show. Today, we are talking about how you can find your brave. Now, what does it truly mean to find your brave? You know, courage and bravery coexist with fear. And I think we need to understand that there's times where fear, it can paralyze us. But when we have courage and we take brave steps, it can be so freeing. Freeing to do what we truly are meant to do, how we show up in the world. And when I think about what prevents us from being brave, being courageous, it's often feeling guilty, feeling shame, and some of the insecurities, that doubt we might have in ourselves, the inability to trust ourselves, and we might be looking to please other people versus choosing what's real for us and living that authentic self. Now, what does brave feel like? You know, when I think about what brave feels like, I think it's kind of like a roller coaster. When I think of, Navy SEALs and firefighters running into the face of danger, that is one of the extreme cases when people or police officers were thinking about how they're facing danger. But every day you show up with courage. And you know how I know? I'm going to share with you just a few signs, 3 signs actually of courage. There's many more. One is being able to express your thoughts and feelings. You're putting yourself out there knowing that people may misinterpret it, miscommunicate, and you still have the ability to express yourself regardless of what might come at you from other people, the criticisms, the judgments. And you are brave by being able to express yourself. Being able to emotionally express ourselves is very important when we are living our lives, whether we're leading an organization or running a business. Nobody wants to be bottling themselves up of emotion where it ends up exploding. So being able to express yourself, that's bravery. That takes courage. You're facing the challenges, or it might even be a fear for you to do so. So consider that a sign that you are finding you're brave. The other one is being able to share your gifts with the world, kind of like the expression of thoughts and feelings. But when you're sharing your talents and gifts, especially in the early stages, there is some of that doubt. There is that wondering if people are going to appreciate and see the gifts that you have and value them in the way that you feel comes from being able to flow so freely and doing what you love to do without, thinking that someone's going to knock it down and think that you'll never succeed. And as you continue to hone your talents and skills and build on your knowledge, you develop the confidence and you show up in the world fully. Now, again, you're putting yourself out there. There's risk. It's a challenge. It might be hard for you to even share your gifts. And when you start to, you want everybody to value them as much as you do. And sometimes when we're sharing those gifts, we wonder if people will even pay for those gifts. But there's no one out there who can share your gifts like you do. And that's something that I want to remind you of today. So whatever your skill, talent, or ability is, it's packaged in only a way that you can deliver it. The other one is that you show up every day, even on the days you don't feel like it, even on the days where it feels hard to get out of bed, but you do it anyway. You face the day, whatever challenges face you, and you give it your best. It was E.E. Cummings who said, "It takes courage to show up and become who you really are." And that is truly a test of courage. It's about being brave and really showing up as to who you want to be. and showing up authentically as yourself and just letting things freely flow from you. Now, what would it take if you knew you would not fail? That's where that bravery comes in. No matter what is going to happen, you are prepared. And I think this is where it's all about conquering and facing the fears. So I came up with an acronym for the word brave, and I want to share it with you. First of all, B is believing you have what it takes. You need to have that belief in yourself, that trust in yourself, that you have what it takes to succeed. And even if you don't have it in your immediate possession, you're resourceful enough to figure it out. You will ask questions. You will seek guidance. You will find a mentor. You will research to the ends of the earth to find out the information that you need to. You have the determination and the perseverance to get things done. R is for recognizing your strengths. This can be really tough for people to really step up and really pay attention to where they really shine. Maybe you're new to discovering some of your gifts and talents. And as you acknowledge and notice some of your strengths, you're going to see how you can leverage them so it can help accelerate and propel you forward. The third one is A, for acknowledge that you have to confront fears. Okay, it does not mean that you're going to be without fear. Bravery does not mean you're without fear. Courage does not mean you're without fear. It means that you recognize that you're going to have to face that fear and challenge. And there is a risk of failure. But here's the thing, regardless if you fail, you're not going to always fail. You're going to continually adjust and learn what works and what doesn't work. And at some point, you're going to see success. So knowing that failure is not a terrible thing. Mistakes are not a terrible thing. They let us get closer to the truth, to the answers that we are seeking. So we want to be kind to ourselves, give ourselves some grace, that these are learning experiences. It's part of the human experience to learn and fail and get up and keep going. V is voice your wants and needs. To live fully into your authentic self, you need to be able to express yourself, say what you want, say what you need. People are not mind readers. They can't guess what that is. So when you are able to articulate and share it, what it is that you want, you are being brave. It's courage to share your thoughts. And E is expect to succeed. It is so important to have that expectation of success. That's when you're brave. You might be shaken in your boots, but you are so focused and so determined that you're going to take the actions necessary to get the results that you want. And to find your brave, it's where you're digging deep within yourself about how you want to show up. How do you want to be perceived by others? But most of all, how do you want to show up for yourself? This is where we end up calling on that voice of courage to have the strength to challenge and face the fears, face the difficulties that we come to. And Plato said, courage is knowing what not to fear. We can't fear everything, but courage is, this is what I'm going to fear and this is what I'm not going to fear. And being focused in on where it is that we want to go. So in order to find your brave, sometimes it's a matter of letting go of the past, being able to forgive, accepting what is, and being able to move forward regardless. You know, I think what happens is people see themselves in the past tense and they punish themselves, or they have this self-talk that just sucks the energy out of them. And it paralyzes them from moving forward because they still see themselves as that person. Well, here's the thing. The moment you realize that something was off, whether it be mistake, wrongdoing, or failure, it became a learning experience. And as long as you took the lesson and learned from it, you are no longer the same person. Because once you're self-aware, there's no going back. You've already shifted in your mindset. You've already made a change. You've already stepped into being courageous because you've chose to show up differently. Now, there's a song by a lady named Jana Stanfield that I was introduced to, and it's called If I Were Brave. And I want to share with you just a part of this song. I'm still in the process of learning it, so it's going to take me a little bit of courage here to share this with you. But I'm going to play a little bit of the background just to get me started, and then I will pause it. But just to have you listen to the words, not necessarily my singing ability, but I want to take you along with me to really challenge you to think about if you were brave. I want you to find your brave, to go out and do new things, to talk yourself into doing what you know you need to do, to be able to share your gifts with the world, to show up every day as your best, and to be able to express yourself, your thoughts and feelings, and show up as your best self. So let's do this together, and just kickstart me here. Jana Stanfield, an amazing song. If you get a chance, please download it. It's incredible words to have you really dial into. Here we go. Whoops, 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 whoops. Let's do this. What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed the wind always filled my sail? How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting in the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where true believers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? Now, I want to thank you all for joining me here on the Millionaire Woman Show. I'd love for you to go over to my website at www.debrakasowski.com, where you're going to get your 3-part video course of making habits stick. And you can put focus and consistency into those goals and dreams, and let's start making them a reality. Share, hit the bell so you get notifications whenever there's a brand new video, and let's find our brave together. As Muhammad Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. Go out and make today great.